Yeah, but fill out the card, yeah. Okay.
Good evening. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Planning Commission. Today's date is August 17, 2016, Wednesday at 5:07 p.m. Roll call, please.
Planning Commissioners Astorian.
Here.
Landrigan.
Here.
Manukian.
Here.
Shabazian.
Here.
And Chairperson Lee.
Here. Can we have a report regarding posting of agenda?
The agenda for this meeting was posted on Wednesday, August 10th, 2016, on the bulletin board outside City Hall and on the city's website.
Thank you. Can I have Commissioner Serbejian lead the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you slide to your project address? No
Laura, I think there are no cards, speaker cards.
Hey.
Oh, no speaker cards? Okay.
Moving on, can we get approval of minutes? Do you have time to review it? A motion and
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a support. Next item is oral communications. I do not see any cards here. So moving on to the next item. Consent calendar, there's none. Zoning appeals, new business, old business, there are none. Planning commission items, old business, there's none. There's a new business. The number one location is 373 West Doran Street. It's tentative track number 73993-PTT MMCP 1600546. Can we have staff report, please?
Good evening and thank you. The project involves the development of a new 5-unit detached townhouse-style multifamily development in the R1250 zone located at 373 West Doran Street. The project's located on a relatively flat single lot that totals 6,731 square feet in size. There are a total of 11 parking spaces being provided for in a subterranean garage with spaces assigned to each unit along with required storage units. Of the 11 parking spaces, there's also one guest parking space being provided for. The lot is surrounded by single and multifamily uses on all sides. Columbus Elementary School is located to the west of the site. The project did receive design review approval in November of 2015 and is currently in the plan check process with Building and Safety for development on site. The project site consists of a single lot that fronts West Doran Street with approximately 50 feet of frontage and a depth of approximately 134 feet. The proposed building is a podium-style development similar to many of the recent multifamily development projects that have townhouse-style units. The project includes a common outdoor space area located towards the rear and private outdoor spaces for each unit. The development's a mix of 1- and 2-bedroom units. There are 2 2-bedroom units that range from 1,153 square feet to 1,237 square feet, and there are 3 1-bedroom units that range from 985 to 988 square feet. Driveway access to the parking garage will be from West Doran Street. The building will be 2 stories in height and 26 feet, which is the maximum height allowed by code. There are 2-story buildings to the north and west and 3-story buildings to the south and east of the project site. The neighborhood is a mix of 1-, 2-, and 3-story buildings. The density of the development is 5 units, which is the maximum that's permitted by right in the R1250 zone. The site is physically suitable for the proposed type of development in that it's flat and the development was designed to fit within the rectangular shaped lot. The project is compatible with the surrounding buildings, given that the surrounding area is zoned for multifamily residential uses and the neighborhood is predominantly developed with multifamily buildings. The residential development conforms to the city's goals for development in the neighborhood and is consistent with the general plan elements as outlined in the tables in the staff report. Staff does recommend that the Planning Commission approve tentative track number 73993 with conditions as outlined in the attached motion. That concludes my presentation. I'm available for any questions. Thank you.
Any questions for the staff? Seeing none, thank you, Mr. Zadi.
Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite the applicant up to the podium. If you have not turned in your card, please do so after the presentation. You can come up and give presentation. You have 15 minutes to give presentation.
Don't have to take the whole thing.
Yeah, you don't have to take over. Just please state your name.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, the staff, good afternoon. My name is Andra Hagwardian. I'm the civil engineer of the project, and I'm just here to answer any questions you may have. I don't really have much of it.
Any questions?
Yep.
No? Okay, thank you. You can turn in your card later. If we don't have any questions to staff or for the applicant, then I guess we can go into this is a really simple process. So I'm ready to.
Do we want to close the public hearing?
Work. Thank
I
you.
always forget to do that.
We'll close the public hearing.
I do have one question,
To who?
maybe to staff.
Oh, then.
All right, sorry. Within the general plan elements, it states specifically in the noise that this project site is located in an area where the ambient noise contour is 70 CNEL and over. So this doesn't need to be in the conditions of approval because it's part of the general plan element, so it will be required by Building and Safety when they do it. Because I've seen it both ways.
Yeah, you could add it as a condition of approval if you want to, but it is a requirement for building and safety that the applicant demonstrate that they'll be able to meet interior noise levels when they actually build. So they'll have things like triple pane windows and other items like that that will mitigate the noise. But that is a requirement. It's a standard code requirement. That's why we don't always put it on as a condition of approval.
Okay, thank you.
So this, what the Commissioner Landrigan just alluded to, is not part of your 37 conditions?
No.
No, but
That's what I
you
was-
could have 38 conditions if you'd like us to add it. We could definitely do that.
Are you saying
Sometimes we do put code requirements on just to, as a reminder, just to make sure people are aware of it when it comes to the approval process. Because when they actually come through the final map, they're going to have to check that off. However, they usually, under the way Glendale does final maps, they generally build the building before it comes in. So even when they're coming in for construction, long before a final map, they're going to have to meet the sound requirement.
Members of the Planning Commission, if I can draw your attention, there is a condition already included under the Building Division requirements, and it states that all construction shall be in compliance with the current Glendale Building Code and all other applicable regulations. So it's indicated by staff that is a current regulation, so it's tied in, compliance is already tied in through a condition.
I did see that, but I have seen us call elements out like that, especially when it is already clearly over the threshold. And for me, that knowing how people are with sound, and I'm just.
Well, would you feel comfortable to include that in?
Well, I would be interested if you all would take a friendly amendment
Sure.
to add another condition that would be to.
The 38.
Number 38.
We could add a condition that just says that the applicant shall provide appropriate noise attenuation and as part of construction of the project.
That would be perfect. Thank you very much, Ms.
Any more
Butler.
comments or questions to the staff? Okay, now I'll close the public hearing. Since you suggested, why don't you?
I will
Okay.
happily make a motion. I can find it. I move that upon review and consideration of tentative track map number 73993, and after reviewing the records, files, report, and all documentary evidence submitted with regard to said tentative tract, that tentative tract number 73993 is hereby approved subject to compliance with the State Subdivision Map Act, Chapter 16.6 and 16.32 of Title 16 of the Glendale Municipal Code, Title 30 of the Glendale Municipal Code and the 38 additional conditions listed below, and the Planning Commission hereby makes the following findings of fact.
The 38th condition being what staff has
The noise, yes.
agreed to.
Is that right? It said 36 here, though.
So that would be the motion as amended by the Planning Commission tonight at the
Oh,
hearing to
thank
add
you.
condition number 38.
To add number 38.
Looking for support?
Second.
Yeah, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Planning Commissioners Astodian.
Yes.
Landrigan.
Aye.
Manukian.
Aye.
Shabazian.
Yes.
And Chairperson Lee.
Aye, with a vote of 5-0, it's been approved. Okay, so that's the only item on the agenda. We'll move on to the next item, Community Development Department updates.
We did have an appeal of a wireless facility that you denied in Dunsmore Park. I just wanted to make sure that you're aware of that. It should be going to City Council sometime in the fall, and we'll let you know when that's scheduled.
Okay, comments from commissioners?
And
We have our ethics training here.
Oh, I forgot about the ethics training. I think I sent an email to everybody with the link for that, and you'll just want to hopefully be able to complete that by, I believe it was the 22nd of this month that it was requested. And a copy of that, if you would send a copy of the proof of training to, I believe it goes to the city clerk, and then also we would like a copy too if you have one.
I have not received it, so can you?
I don't think I have either. You were actually compliant, so we didn't send it to you because you had just taken it. But we will send you another link.
So I was out of compliance, is what you're inferring?
Everybody's in compliance right now. I just want to make sure everybody stays that way. So that's why I believe we have to have training by the end of the month.
So you want to tell us what it is that we are supposed to do with that?
Right. Under the state law, there's AB 1234 that was passed several years ago, and that requires anybody who's making a public decision, any public decision maker, to have this training. So that's why everybody who's on a board or commission is required to take it once every 2 years. So you've seen it before. So.
Is this somewhere that we physically go, or we take it
No,
over
it's online.
Online.
It's
The
online.
last one, I remember we attended what you were teaching, actually, if I'm not wrong.
That may have been me, or that could have been Mr. Scott Howard or Mr. Mike Garcia. We have in-house counsel has provided AB 1234 training in the past, but for the boards and commissions convenience, it is available online. And so if that's your preference, to have to take that training online, or if you prefer to have it provided to you prior to the time when you need to comply, we could certainly make arrangements to do that as well.
How long does it take online?
I believe it's 2 hours. It's timed.
You have a test at the end?
Yes.
You have tests intermittently. I was going to ask if 1234 is the same one that applies to state commissioners, because I think it is.
believe
If
it
I
does.
submit the one I did for my other commission,
You should be
will
fine.
that be fine? I'll see if I can find it. Thank you.
Okay. Now, comments from commissioners?
No.
I have one. I want to yell out kudos to our city attorney's office. I don't know if every one of you has heard the news.
I read it.
Yeah, it's a good news that City of Glendale has won its case. That Ninth Circuit Court has upheld the district court's decision for us to have the peace statue in our Central Park, and that was that Glendale, the municipality, has a right to express its own freedom to express its own, and it's a state matter, not the federal foreign policy matter. So excellent job, good job. Thank you, City Attorney.
Yes.
So with that, I'll entertain for adjournment.
I move to adjourn.
Okay, so adjourn.
Thank you.